Hi, Demetra. Volume is up because I'm not going to be talking too loud. Okay, so hi. So basically, hi, Demetra, and anybody else who decides to watch this video. I am just going to be talking about what's currently on my mind or been on my mind for the past couple of days, weeks, or whatever. And so I'm live. And normally when I go live, I normally do a black box or just, a black screen or whatever. But, and that's normally at night. So today is in the daytime. I'm not sure what time it is. Well, it's right now o'clock. That's what time it is. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so what I've been thinking about, well, I don't really be thinking about it, but what been crossing my mind or just been on my mind is, I don't know, I get the feeling about different people, relationships, and marriage. Um, so, I mean, I haven't been married before, but I do believe that I am in a spiritual marriage before I even came here. Like, I'm already taken, in a sense, that kind of way to someone that's, here with me currently, in this realm. I want to keep saying regime for some reason, but in this realm. But before we even came here, we was already connected, in that kind of union. Because yeah, marriage here on earth, man, that's like, to me. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Well, yeah, marriage anyway. But yeah, marriage to me currently now is like a scam. Like I said, I'm not married to anybody here. Yeah, but it's like a scam far as people gotta pay to get married, and then you gotta pay to get a divorce, and then some people spend like a lot of money on one day. And if you like far as like a wedding go, so like people who do get married and have a wedding, you basically paying for other people to have fun, to come and party with you, to come and witness. And yes, the guests supposed to bring gifts and stuff like that, but at the same time, the married couple is the one that's paying for everybody, to party. So, and of course, I started thinking this way, like really seeing marriage for what it is, especially, in the United States. Um, well, what I seen, I haven't been all over the United States, but from where I grew up and the different people that I seen, my personal experience is like, we're not being married, to someone here on earth, but getting married, I guess, on earth, but just people that I know that are married or has been married, was married before. Um, yeah, so this was probably, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, maybe. Yeah, probably about 5, 6 years ago when I'm like, marriage is like a scam. Because I'm like, and it's just like, who is marrying you guys? Like, for the people that are married, like when you go, oh, and then this is how I talk. But like I said, I'm talking to myself, so I can go back and forth and whatever. But I seen something on TV plenty of times. But recently, I seen something on TV where who was this? It was a Blacklist episode. I'm watching Blacklist. I think I'm on season 2 or season 3. But anyways, Agent Kim, she was pregnant at the time, and then she wanted to remarry Tom, her husband. That's like not even Tom. I mean, if you haven't seen Blacklist, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, the thing is, she was pregnant, and then she asked Cooper, her like boss or whatever, to officiate the wedding. And he's like, I'm not ordained. And she was like, oh, you can do it online. It takes about 15, 20 minutes for you to get ordained. And I'm like, see. But like I said, I've been known that for years ago. But when I seen it recently the other day, I'm just like, who gave, like, you can get ordained in 15 and 20 minutes. So even if a pastor or minister, whoever do the wedding, officiate the wedding, it's like, you know how they say, by the power given to me by the state of such and such. Or I'm like, who gave them that power? Who gave y'all power to marry people? And then half the time, I'm quite sure the pastors or the ministers that are marrying these people, they probably done been through so many divorces, or they probably married but unhappy. They probably single. You know, it's like, how you going to marry somebody, how you going to officiate a marriage to somebody when your relationship is effed up, you know? So, and speaking of Cooper, you know, the Blacklist episode, they was in the process of doing it, but of course, something broke out in the church and stuff like that. But he was going through stuff in his marriage, you know, his wife stepped out on him. So it's like, but she asked you to ordain. It's, I don't know, to me, you know, recently I'm just like, you know, recent years, I'm like, nah, marriage, that's a scam. Because you, and then if you realize that you standing, well, somebody is in the middle of the two people that's getting married. So it's a, you know, a person that's getting married, a person that's getting married, and then a person in the middle that's like telling y'all, okay, just reading from a book, yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, you may do this, you may get sprayed, you know, so somebody is standing in the middle of y'all. But I guess that person that's standing in the middle of the people that's about to get married, I guess they supposed to have the power of God to be like, yeah, I can marry y'all. But it's like, what? So, I mean, that's just me. That's just my opinion on marriage. And I think now is really a scam to get money. And you think about the process to go through to get married. Like, of course, you gotta get a marriage certificate, and I believe that costs money to do that. So you paying for a marriage certificate, a piece of paper that say you're able to get married. Wow, this paper says I'm able to get married, and I had to pay for this paper, you know. And then, you know, the day of, you know, even if you go to the courthouse, you know, you probably get a nice dress or nice suit or whatever, pair of heels or something, you know, to get married in. And then, you know, so that costs. And then say, I mean, I think that's about it. If you go to the courthouse, I think you just got to pay for the marriage certificate. I think, I don't know. But say y'all married, okay, whoop de doo. Somebody that y'all don't even know in this courthouse somehow got the power to connect both people. I guess it was supposed to be spiritually or religiously, I don't know, but to connect two people together with the paper, you know, whatever, with rings and stuff like that, okay. So then, say years later, you know, y'all people decide to get separated, to get a divorce. It's like, now I know in Maryland, it's steps that you have to take. Um, I think you have to be separated. I mean, like, I think when you file for a divorce, you have, after you file, I think, believe you have to be separated for at least a year, meaning the married couple cannot live in the same household for a year. You can't be intimate with each other for a year. And I think that's that time that you're supposed to see, hey, do I really want to be with this person? Oh, I miss this person. Oh, you know, I think we can work it out. You know, I guess that's what that time is for. But when you file, you have to pay. You have to pay to file to get a divorce. So, and during that process, and I believe, well, from most of the time that I know people who got divorced, they had lawyers, you know, and mostly I be saying it on movies and TV shows. People have lawyers, or just in real life, somebody will have a lawyer, you know, whatever. And lawyers, you know, most likely cost money. So that's money that you have to pay a lawyer to get when you want to get a divorce. So you paying to file, you paying to get a divorce, far as a lawyer go, and then you got to follow the steps, the rules, in order to get disconnected by paper again, by paper, to say you separated from this person. So it's like paper, money, and then I guess once you completed that yearly step, then I think I don't know. I think that's when I finished reading. After that, I don't know. Do you got to do some other stuff? But the point is, when people get married and you have to pay to get married in this system, and then if you want to get a divorce, you got to pay to get a divorce in this system, and you just get paper, a marriage license and a marriage certificate, and then a divorce certificate, all that paper that people hold on to verify their status. It's like, I'm gonna just keep it simple and say humans, just to keep it simple. So now humans are, what was I about to say? Yeah, humans are upholding a paper, um, about their natural rights, abilities or just something. And it's just like, why would a stranger or a pastor or a minister that I known for X amount of years, why would I want them to marry me? Like, no, I want to stand before, you know, like, okay. Okay, basically, what I'm saying. So, okay, to break it down, this is about marriage. I feel as though it's fine to be in a committed union, in a committed relationship. Absolutely. And then, look, my mind is going so many places. It's fine to be in a community relationship. That's what I was kind of about to say, because some marriage is like, people base marriage upon what is written on paper or what other people may think marriage is. And I'm just talking about, just say, the United States. For the majority of the part, people consider marriage, one a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, a man and a man, whatever. But to keep it simple, I'm gonna say a man and a woman. So people consider a man and a woman married, and that's all that they're supposed to be with, who they supposed to be intimate with and go out with, and this and that. Like, if you step out, you cheating. If this person step out, they're cheating. So that's basically what I believe a lot of people believe. Just one person, y'all two together. That's it. No outside intercourse with other people. So, and me, I'm like, some people are forced into marriage, and I'm talking about even in the United States, with people pressing them to get married. So that's kind of a forceful, when some people don't even want to marry the person, but they just like, oh, they down my back. Yeah, they gotta let me just marry this person. Okay. So what was I about to say? Oh yeah. So to me, I feel as though that marriage, what if you marry somebody, y'all should have some kind. I mean, y'all shouldn't be based upon your marriage about other people or what the status quo is. But if you get married in the United States, like I said, most likely is going to be, and especially in the church, a man and a woman, and that's it. Y'all two in a relationship. That's it. No outside people, whatever. But I'm like, what if these two people like to invite other people in once in a while, not all the time, but on a um like, they know, like, this is going to be somebody coming in to hang with us or to do whatever with us. So I'm like, the outside people, if they find that out, they'd be like, what, such and such, and probably that marriage will look down upon, because they'd be like, oh my goodness, they having somebody else coming in and having sex with them or being intimate with them or in their relationship when they married. And it's like, who cares? I'm like, if that couple is happy, then yeah. But so many people get married to the people that they don't even supposed to be married with. And a lot of people that are married now, I'm quite sure, like, I'm feeling that the majority of the people that are married now, they not even happy. They don't even want to be married, no matter how many times that I've been in counseling. Now I think nowadays I feel as though people are sticking with each other because they feel as though nothing else is out there. And especially my age group, I'm like 40 years old. So I'm like a 40 or 45-year old, probably like, damn, what's out here? Like everybody now, if you date somebody about 40, 45 years old, I'm quite sure they at least got one child. Who knows, they might got grandchildren. So then you thinking about, okay, if I start a relationship with this person, normally, it's a, what do you call that? It's a, they have to come, not necessarily the whole family got to be involved, but it's like if you 45 years old and you got a 20-year old and then they got their own family, but the new person who want to date you, they like, well, okay, they got a child that's 20 and this and that, so it's like you gotta be like involved kind of sort of in a child's life in a sense, not like, oh yeah, let's go to the playground and this and that. Like, dude, I'm 20 years old, like you don't got to do all that. But it's like you still got to have some kind of connections to that, even though the children might be grown. Mind you, I'm talking about this is 40, 45 years old. It's kind of like, hey, still, got to involve myself some kind of way with the person's children, especially if you have a young mind, not a young mind, but if I'm just like, I feel young. I'm just like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like, but Demetra, you know what I'm talking about. But what am I about to say? Like I said, I be going, my mind just be, yeah. But yeah, but about marriage, and that's why I gotta keep saying marriage so I can think about what I'm saying or what I want to say next. But yeah, I'm just like, shoot, at this point, I don't think nobody is married because everybody that officiated weddings is like, who are y'all? Who actually gave y'all the power? Like, where did y'all get the power from? A book? Oh no, I went to school and my teacher, I stood before my teacher and took an oath. So yeah, I'm ordained. Okay, who gave your teacher that power? Oh well, their teacher gave them. But who gave that to So it's like y'all getting married by humans that is like on the same level as y'all. Like you can get ordained to marry somebody in 15 to 20 minutes online. Like, come on now, that's what y'all base y'all commitment on a piece of paper or paper, that says, yeah, I'm married. Look at this paper. Okay, go ahead and uplift that paper, you know. But and then also when you married to somebody, like I said, you got to go through steps just to get away from them, just to get out of that union. And I'm like, why don't people want to keep it simple and be like, we just boyfriend and girlfriend, or man and, because boyfriend and girlfriend, that kind of sounds like, youngish. Or what's the next step? Man and woman. That's my dude. That's my girl. Whatever. That's my lady. That's my man. Whatever. So I'm like, just keep it like that, because if y'all don't want to be with each other, yes, it might take steps to get out of a relationship, like especially if y'all like living together, y'all got to work on an exit plan, like that communication, whatever. But the thing is, you don't have to go through a whole long process just to be free from that, because I also read that once you file and you separated for at least a year, you still don't supposed to be intimate with nobody else, like, because technically you're still married. Even though you filed, you still are married. So that's like, what you call that? Cheating, infidelity. So that's like that too. And I'm just like, oh, like, nope. Ain't no sense of anybody marrying me. Like, I ain't standing before nobody. Oh, who gave you the power? Like, nigga, I got my own power. Like, it should be, hey, if you not even really marriage, but far as in a committed relationship. Like if you really want to be with somebody and y'all, both of y'all want to be with each other. I'm like, go stand in front of a tree and both of y'all just read what y'all want to say what y'all want to say, and be like, hey, this tree, or you can have other people around, but let that tree, um, ordain y'all or something. I don't know, just y'all make up a ritual or something. Hey, we gotta walk around this tree 6 times, and then we read what our vows, what we want to say to each other, And then, yeah, you can have a ring if you want or something, or a bracelet, and be like, hey, it is what it is. We're together, this and that. We're, at our union. And then kiss. And then probably hug the tree. That's it. Like, no paper needed. No real, like, kind of money needed. Like I said, if you want to dress up, fine. But if you, hey, whatever. So that's what I feel like. Who these people, y'all just be giving people power just to marry y'all, and they going through some stuff. Like, come on. I don't know. That's just me. I wouldn't. I realized that, like I said, the whole scam and the money thing. Like, nah. Now, of course, when I was a little girl, yes, I was like, oh, want to get married, and eventually was looking at wedding magazines, and as I got older, just to get some ideas for when that date actually would happen. But I'm like, I'm good. And if and when it happens, like, not if anybody marry, I can't explain it. When that union is publicized, it will be publicized. I'm talking about like worldwide. Like, it's going to be everybody invited, a big ass party, celebration, like everything. So, and it's going to be like, I can't explain it, but I ain't gonna be standing in front of no random person talking about by the power vested in me in the state of such and such. Like, what? You don't sit your ass down somewhere. But and another thing about marriage is what am I about to say? Another thing about marriage. Oh yeah, that I've realized about the years. What movie still on? No, let me put something on. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So yeah, so what about to say? So another thing about marriage throughout the years that I done heard about is like a lot of people change up when you get married. Um, I remember a conversation that I had with some guys, some older men, and they was talking among themselves about their wives or different things. Like, somebody was about to go on vacation with their wife or something. So, I like ease my way in the conversation, because I'm was like, I don't know, I just wanted to ask a question. So I asked one of the guys, I'm like, oh, okay, so are you married too? And he was like, nah, man, I done did my years. And then how he said it, like, I done did my years. I forgot how many years he said. I think like 5 or 6 years. He said, I done did my 5 or 6 years, one of them numbers. So I was like, damn. And then, everybody was laughing and stuff. So I'm like, you saying it like it was like it's a jail sentence, like it was a jail sentence. And he was like, yeah, it was. So I'm like, what? So then, that's what I'm like, explain to me, like, I'm curious. I want to know, why do you feel that way? And then the other guys was like agreeing with him. And I'm just like, why do y'all feel that way? Like, I want to know. So, um, most of them, if not all of them, they was just like, once they got married, they wives change. They wives changed and they didn't, or something, or vice versa. But most of the time they said that their wives changed. So I'm like, and that's what got me thinking, and then outside of that, somebody else said the same thing. Like, yeah, my wife changed and, wasn't the same as when we got married. She changed up after we said I do. So I'm like, damn, that's how y'all females rolling out here? Like, so with that being said, I'm like, why would anybody, and I'm like, for one, that's y'all fault. Because I'm like, why would you marry somebody? This is just me. Like, okay, I'm gonna say I. Excuse me. I'm gonna say I would not. First of all, I wouldn't get married, but I'm just speaking in general. I would not want to marry. This is supposed to be a lifelong commitment. I would not want to marry somebody if I don't approve of their actions before the marriage. So, for instance, I'm gonna just use this one, of course, the club. So, say I'm gonna use me, and I'm gonna just use me to keep it simple. Okay, Demetra. So, say I met this guy at a club, which I have plenty of times. Ooh, different story. But say I met this guy at a club, and me and him, we kicked it off good. No, never mind. I ain't meet no guy in the club. Say I met this guy. Example. Say I met this guy just out and about or whatever, you know, and then so me and him we get to talking, and then we get the dating. So now we in a committed relationship. Me and him in a committed relationship, and say he goes out while we in a committed relationship. He goes out to the club. And before we was in a committed relationship, during our talking stages, he was going out to the club like every other weekend with his homeboys, his brother, his boys, whatever. Like every other weekend. Not every weekend, but every other weekend, he would go out to the club, with his peoples. And I know that. I know that. So he goes out during the dating stages, we just getting to know each other, yada, yada, yada. And, I don't really go out, or say I do go out, but whatever. We just focusing on him. So then after the dating stage, we like, you know what? Let's be together. I'm feeling you. I like your vibe. Let's be in a committed relationship. So now we're in a committed relationship, and say he's still going out, but say I express, okay, say I don't go out, but say I express my concerns to him, like, now we in a boyfriend and girlfriend, a man and woman relationship. Can you not go out every other weekend? Can you just chill with me, even though you spend that other weekend with me? Well, can we go out together? Like, let's do something different, but just don't really go out with them dudes and stuff like that every other weekend. So if I express to him about that, and if he gets upset and like, man, no, I've been doing this before we even started being boyfriend and girlfriend, yada yada yada. I'ma still go out. I'ma still. At that point, I would be like, well, we ain't gonna. It's no sense of us moving past this point, because I'm telling you, how I feel about you going out every other weekend still, we be in a committed relationship and you still want to go out. Like, no, I would have cut that off right there. I just would have been like, we just going to be doing whatever, continue to do whatever, but we ain't in no committed relationship. But if you tell him or you express your feelings to him, like, can you not go out every other weekend, this and that. And if he's like, you know what, yeah, I don't need to go out with them anymore. It was getting a little old anyway. And, if it bothers you, I'm cool with that. I can save some money, by not going out with them every other weekend, but if it's somebody's birthday, a birthday party or something, then we can go together, or, hey, one night I can go out by myself with them, kind of a give and take kind of thing. So if the dude really say, hey, and really want to not go out to the club, stop going to the club every other weekend, cool. Now you like, okay, boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, y'all do whatever. So then I could see them moving forward into maybe getting married or whatever. So I don't know, was that like a good example? But basically, if you express, now going back to that story, if you express to the dude, hey, I don't want to stop going out to the club, I've been going out to the club, or me and you was hooking up, but yes, now we in a relationship now, but I still want to go to the club. So if the girl is, it'd be like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't want to change you, because some guys, you can't change me. Don't change me. And the girl is like, okay, fine, I ain't trying to change you, do what you do. Yes, you was going out to the club before we been in a committed relationship, and you still want to do that while we in a committed relationship. But I told you that don't, I really don't want you to do that anymore, but you still want to do it. But I don't want to cause any problems because, I love you, I love you, I love you. So, fine, you can still go out, do your thing every other weekend. So it's like, why, and they continue that relationship, that couple relationship. And it's like, and then they end up wanting to get married. Mind you, the dude's still going out every other weekend. So then now years pass, or a year or two pass, and the dude end up proposing to the girl, and the girl said yes. So now it's a marriage coming. So then now it's like they probably did had that conversation, like, hey, when we say I do, you got to stop going to the club every other weekend. And the dude might be like, come on, man, see, are you gonna be one of them females who trying to change up once we get married? And she was like, okay, fine, no, but can you just not go to the club every other weekend? He was like, all right, I'll see what I can do. But anyways, marriage, they get married. They've been married for a while now, and then now arguments started. Well, about going out. So she's like, "Man, we're married now. This and that." So now that become a whole argument, a whole different thing because of him still going out, and it's like that caused the want to get a divorce, or just cause a whole lot of conflict to open up a whole lot of other stuff. And it's just like, why would you? I don't know. I'm just like me. If I don't know. I just would not expect a guy to change up when we say I do. I'm like, you get what you get. You get what you see. You see what you get. That's what it is. You see what you get. You get what you see. Whatever is presented in front of you before the I do's, that's what you should expect it to be. But of course, get better. Get a positive growth. You know, So, like I said, if you don't like the way your girl is dressing, say she dressed hoochie mama. Do people still say that? Well, she dressed hoochie mama-fied, and you tell her about it. I don't like you dressing like that. I don't like you dressing. Why you gotta dress like that? Why you gotta so? But you still with her though. You still in a relationship with her though. If she still dressing like that when you express to her that hey, we're in a relationship, can you tone it down? And she don't. That should be it. You should be like, you know what? You not the one for me, because I get it. If you were single and whatever, fine. But my lady is not going to be dressing like that. Like, no. And if you want to continue to dress like that while you're my lady and we're in a relationship, then you obviously don't supposed to be my lady. So that's it. Bye. But people, y'all guys still want to be with these girls who still go out to the club, who still dress who she found mama after you told them, hey, can you not do that? Can you, this and that or whatever? Can you not show my goodies? Can you? But y'all still want to be with them, and then y'all end up marrying these same girls. And then once y'all get married, y'all expect these girls, these women, or whoever to stop going out to the club, to stop dressing like that. Once you say I do, it's like, look, I put a ring on your finger. Now you got to respect me. Now you got to stop going out to the club. It's like the female be like, what? Just ring, shoot. Nah, yeah, I got this ring on, so that means, nigga, you stuck with me. Because if you divorce me, I'm getting everything. Something like y'all, man, y'all really need to start thinking. And some females, because I'm like, things is like traps. And y'all be the ones setting y'all own self up for some traps where y'all had so many opportunities. Like, what's that proverb? Something, door to escape. How'd that go? Gave you so many ways to escape. I think 7-3, probably. I don't know. It's something. But where so many basically opportunities and doorways are just paths that is opening up to you to give you a way to escape, to leave that situation, to be like, you know what? And then after everything is done, you'll be like, damn, I should have left 10 years ago. I should have left 3 years ago. I should have known once you did that to me 4 months ago. I should have known that this how it was going to be. I should have just left right then and there, you know. So it's like people, y'all do have ways, plenty of opportunities that was presented to you to make even a glide your way out, even a good way out, a non-confrontational way out, or just, yeah, just a way out. And y'all refused it. Y'all continued to stay in a marriage or in a position that y'all was not happy in, you know, and then y'all, so now y'all still unhappy. Y'all like unhappy, unhappy. Oh, and don't throw no kids in it. If y'all married, if y'all unhappily married, and then y'all got kids together, it's like I think I did a video about this, and yeah, and that's what the guy said when we was talking about marriage and stuff. One of the guys was like, "Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her." He was like, "You ever heard of that?" I said, "Yeah, I heard of that before." He was like, "Yeah, so you know what it means? It's like a lot of men," and he was saying even himself, yeah, cause and then he was, I forgot the dude name, so it don't even matter. But like he was an older man, and he said he was also he's stepping out on his wife because he don't even want to be with her anymore. And then he also said that she's got her own relationship with this other guy. So these people are still married, and they know that the people is sleeping with other people, going out with them, so you know, but they don't want to get a divorce, or he don't want to get a divorce because the paperwork and the money wise and this and that. I'm like, what? That's what's going on out here. That's what y'all doing. But and then he was like, yeah, it's cheaper to keep her because especially if you got young kids because he was like, if she gets a lawyer, most of these lawyers just automatically just want um they don't want peace. And I do agree with that. I'm thinking lawyers, they want to cause conflict, even though lawyers supposed to be set up to trying to get people on the same page. But I think even if the two couples are on the same page, they're like, you know what, everything going to be smooth. We agree about this. We agree about that. It's going to be easy divorce because we got kids. We ain't trying to drag this all out. We ain't trying to involve them too much. You know, uproot their life. Let's just do this peacefully, respectfully, you know, mature, and get it done with, make things fair. But then when they get the lawyers involved, the lawyers is like, oh no, you can get this, he can do this. How about ask for this? Yeah, ask for this because you got to think, hey, do he got this? Hey, do she got that? So the lawyers is in the people ear. So then they come back and present each other with something, and it's like cause a conflict. So then now the couple is back and forth with each other, like, what? I'm not paying you that. I thought we agreed upon this. Well, yeah, but now since this, and I found out this, and you ain't tell me you had this extra account and this and that, and then the kids got to go to school here, then this and that, so you got to pay me for this. And remember, I did this. So I'm like, them lawyers, them like them devil advocates. I'm like, y'all, I mean, they getting paid regardless, so they don't really care about y'all really. They like, shoot, regardless if I win or lose, I'm still getting paid. So, but yeah, if you got children by somebody and you married, and of course you want your children to be taken care of, you don't want to struggle with them, but it's like a lawyer might say, okay, do child support. And then the person might be like, we don't gotta do no child support. The person take care of the kids. They can see them not even just every other weekend. You know how the custody paperwork be every other weekend. It's like, what about throughout the week? But that paperwork every other weekend. I'm like, I see my kids throughout the week. If I can, I'm pick them up Tuesday, Wednesdays, take them to go get some food, drop them back off at the house, or they spend the night with me throughout the week, and I drop them off at school the next day. Like, it just don't gotta be no every other weekend. Like, I can pick them up for 2 hours, or I can just take them to the park. Take them to go get some clothes or something, then bring them back. Like, I ain't doing that every other weekend. I can see them every other weekend plus throughout the week. Like no damn paperwork. Well, here the court order says every other weekend. This paper. Like fuck that paper. Like why do I give so much power to a paper? Like I said that in court when yeah doing my custody thing, my recent one, I don't know, a couple of months ago. When he talking about yeah, well this court document says that the dad got sole custody and you supposed to see him every other weekend, and something about going over to the grandmother's house, something. And I was like, that paper don't got no power over me. Like, what? Come on now. And then talking about I don't got no rights to my child. What? So this paper is telling me I have no rights to my child, that his dad got sole custody. Like, okay, okay, human court. Don't y'all know spiritual court is way higher than this right here. And so go ahead. I'm just like, y'all are serious. Paper. Got this paper controlling you. Got this paper, like you praising the paper. Well, let me get the paper. Look, this paperwork says. Like, what? Especially when it comes to kids, to my children. You don't got no, yeah, the dad got sole custody. Okay, that's what the paperwork says, but what the fuck? Like, that's my child. My child grew in me for the months. Like, come on now. I know my children before anybody else knew my children. My children knew me before they knew anybody else. Like, come on now. We still connected. Regardless if we not physically connected, we always is connected spiritually. Like, come on now. So, that's a whole nother different thing. But yeah, but far as if people who are married who got children, and some people, when he said it's cheaper to keep her, um, he was saying that basically, I guess, and depend on the woman too, if it's a bitter woman, you know, or if it's like a woman who just like, look, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I just want you to be happy. Whatever, no bitterness here. But if you got young children and you dealing with a bitter baby mother or baby father, they might say, yep, child support. And it's like, what? Oh, yeah, alimony, alimony. Like, I get that as far as like alimony go, if the person wasn't working for that, for months or for years when they was married. So they was like solely dependent on you. And, so it's like, but I wouldn't agree to that for the rest of their life. It's like, but then it'd be like, well, we're supposed to be married for forever. So you got, it's like, mate, come on now, be fair about it. Like, what makes sense? Okay, it's 2 years good enough? After the 2 years, no alimony. But of course, if you get a job, that alimony stops. So I'm like, are you gonna just not work? Because you're getting alimony for 2 years? I don't know, but it's different situations. But anyways, what the guy was saying, yeah, it's cheaper to keep her because I guess dealing with he know his wife. I guess he was saying particularly with his wife that he know that she was gonna hire a lawyer that's like trying to take him, what they say, to the cleaners. Take him to the cleaners. But yeah, that's when they're trying to just take everything from him. So and then probably even pay child support and everything for their teenage daughters. So he was like, "Nah, man, I'm just stay with her, or at least until my children, get over 18, they get 18, 19 years old. I'm just stay with her, cheaper to keep her, even though neither one of us want to be with each other, and I sure enough don't want to be with her, but it's just, I'm just be unhappy for a little bit more longer. I'm be unhappy." It's like, it's like, y'all people is so funny. And y'all is so funny, and then y'all bring this upon yourselves. And then some people be staying in marriages because this is what I feel. Because um, say Becky. I'm gonna say somebody named Becky and somebody named Susan. So Susan started messing with Becky's man. So Becky and the guy broke up. Becky was like, "Fine, I don't want you. You cheated on me with Susan. I don't want you. Yada yada yada. You good? I move on. You know." So then Susan knows about Becky or knew about Becky and then like kind of tossing the relationship in Becky's face. So Susan is like probably posting things on social media or just saying little smart immature comments like, yep, I got my man, and you know, hey, I know how to keep him, you know, I'm the best he ever had, you know, like stuff like that. So Susan not even tripping. Susan like, I mean, no, Becky not even tripping. Becky is like, that I ain't worrying about what Susan said. I don't want him. That's my leftovers. Yeah, he was cheating on me with her, but hey, things happen for a reason. My man or my new relationship is going to be bigger and better, and I'm good. Like, I'm not worried about them. You know, I moved on. I'm good. I'm not bitter. I'm mature. Bye. But Susan, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, ooh, look, we got engaged. We got engaged. And then I'm quite sure Susan was probably pressing the guy to marry her. Like, come on, we've been together for a year. We've been together for 2 years. I've been doing this for you. I've been holding you down. Come on, let's get married. Let's get married. And the dude is probably in his head, like, I don't even want to marry her. But, you know, I'm content with our situation that we're in. But I really don't want to marry this chick. But damn, we have been together for 2 years. And I'm like, you know, yes, she can leave, but it'll mess up my comfortability, being comfortable. It'll mess that up for me, and then I gotta rearrange my schedule or find out who's gonna do this for me, and find out how this is gonna work, or it's like I'm trying to do all that. So I'm like, maybe I just engagement her, get engaged to her. That'll keep her quiet, for a while about this whole marriage thing. And then I just make a plan like, hey, gotta save up for about 2 years. But, that'll buy me another 2 years, with the engagement, you know. So then the new dude, and, so the dude ended up proposing to Susan. So Susan, yeah, got engaged. Finally, it's been 2 years, and yeah, we've been through so much together. I love this guy and this and that. All y'all hating hoes and past hoes. Yeah, I'm the real one. Whatever. Talking to themselves basically. So cause nobody want that man, but just say this: throughout the 2 years, they had their ups and downs. And say he probably cheated on her a few times, and she probably kind of dipped out a little bit, but it was mainly him cheating, and she caught him. But then throughout the years, she didn't want to break up with him because she knew, because she's focusing on Becky. She was like, damn, if I break up with his cheating ass, Becky might find out, and then Becky going to be like, ha ha ha, whoop de woo, I told you. But then Becky at the same time still don't care. Like she don't fuck with y'all. She don't care about y'all. She moved on. She's like don't even know y'all. So Becky is gone out the picture. She can care less about y'all relationship. Susan and her old guy is doing. But Susan is still focusing on Becky, what Becky might think. Oh, I gotta keep it, I gotta, look good, I gotta look better than Becky. And going all on Becky page or just, finding a scoop on Becky when Becky's just minding her business. Don't even care about none of that. So Susan, throughout the years, been getting cheated on and still stayed with the dude because, you know, she want to have that image of relationship goals and stuff like that at whatever cost. So, basically, of course she forgave him because she don't want him to be dipping out. And then, like I said, all these other girls that he probably cheated on her with, Susan don't want him to be with them other girls. She look at the other girls who he cheated on her with and be like, oh, why he cheated on me with that? Or, oh yeah, okay, I do see. So now she's making her own self in competition with other females that you shouldn't even be in competition with. Susan, if I say Susie, who's Susie on here? Susan. So now you creating a competition based on these new girls when it's like, if that's your man, why are you competing I don't know. It's like these females mindset. I don't know. But I'm like, I'll be damned if I compete against anybody but my own damn self. Like, worrying about nobody out here. Like, whatever. I don't be competing. But I don't, whatever about the story. But basically, the dude proposed to Susan. They be engaged for 2 years, and like I said, the dude really don't want to be with Susan, but he's just doing it to keep her quiet. But yeah, of course, she's spreading stuff about the marriage. Yeah, we're gonna get married, yada yada. So now the dude is like, he gotta put his foot down. He either gotta cross that threshold, and then just realize he's gonna be unhappy, with the marriage for a while until he get a divorce, or just stick with it, you know, or he's just gonna be like, look, let me just cheat real bad on her. Like, let me have another baby outside, and hopefully she'll leave me, and then she could just tell everybody it's my fault. And then some guys will probably do that, purposely cheat, get another girl pregnant, and have their girl find out. And some females, might leave the dude. But no, not Susan. Susan is like, oh, I'll welcome the baby. Are you sure that baby is yours? Well, no, we still getting married anyway because you ain't gonna be with that hoe. You my man. And it's like, ugh. Like, girl, these females, whoever Susan is, like, y'all females, like, really, y'all need some support. Y'all need, like, help. Y'all can do way better than sticking with somebody that keeps cheating on y'all. And even the men, like, y'all can do so much better. Stop being with people. I gotta sit up straight. Stop being with people who disrespect y'all. It's like, this is for everybody. Like, be happy. What if tomorrow or this weekend was your last time here and you have to face the facer, and they be like, okay, well, while you here, you supposed to be happy. You supposed to be enjoying yourself. Are you happy? And you be like, no. And it's like, well, bye. Because what are you doing? You don't supposed to be here miserable. Like, come on, people. And I get it. If you working your way up to become happy, fine, absolutely good. But if you just say, hey, it is what it is, I'm not gonna, go out for this career that I want, or I'm not gonna follow my dreams, or I'm not gonna, do this, even though I always see myself doing it. I'm just, just because it's so comfortable here. Yes, I'm not happy, but I'm used to this. It's like, so that's how you live in your last days. That's how you live in your last hours. Like, knowing that you unhappy. So I'm like, with this marriage and people being in relationships, I'm like, just be single. Be single and be happy. And speaking from experience, it's been times when I got myself out of relationships and it felt like so much weight don't lift it off of me. Like, I was just like, I can breathe. Like, I kid you not, it just felt like something like right around this area was so heavy, which I didn't know was heavy. But until I got free from a relationship and spoke the truth about it was just like, wow, that was on me the whole time and I didn't even know. Like, so I'm quite sure y'all probably holding so much in around this area that's so heavy and deep. But once y'all break free, or just have that conversation with that person and be like, let's just be cool. Let's be platonic. Let's just be friends. Let's be co-parenting. That's it. I'll move out, such and such. I'll provide 2 months of rent when I move out, or I'll do this, or we just can't be together. Can't come over anymore. Let's be civil about it and mature about it. Once you say that and get it off, it's like, oh, get it off your chest. Oh, that's why. Duh, Demetra. But yeah, once you get it off your chest, you will feel lighter. And like I said, you wouldn't even have known that you was actually wearing yourself down. That's what it is, get it off your chest. Oh, okay. That makes sense. No wonder I felt lighter. So yeah, and that's speaking from experience. Like, and then I was able to, it seemed like I was more friendly with this person or with, the people, then I would, not friendly, but far as like communication wise, like I like with that weight lifted off, I wasn't in like this bubble of, oh, okay, I'm his girlfriend. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. But once, we broken up, mutually, or I spoke my piece, but the dude just had to deal with it, whatever. It's like I was able to talk to him and see him in a brighter light instead of just looking at him and being like, ew, like, I don't even, like, ugh, dude, like, why are you here? Like, why am I here? Like, just go in the other room. But once we broken up, and if I were to see him, I could actually look at him for a while, not stare, but I could actually look at him for a while and not get that ill, like, what am I doing? Like, ugh, just reminiscing about it. It's like, ugh. So believe me, I'm quite sure that will work for you guys too. If y'all in relationships, I'm like, don't waste y'all time. Be happy. Be happy and then let's look back on all the different opportunities that was presented to you that you did have them chances to get out and you just refused. It's like, I'm telling y'all gonna have one more major opportunity to just at least have that conversation, at least be on the same page with the person you with, if you don't want to be with that person, like in a marriage wise or even in a relationship wise. Like, if you're in a relationship wise, good, there's no papers to sign. Ugh, these papers. But, but I'm like, y'all will have another major opportunity to say, to have that conversation. Like, dude, and this is me. Like, I could not be with somebody who do not want to be with me. Like, how can y'all do that? Like, for the people who are doing that, who have been doing that, like, how can y'all be with somebody that do not want to be with y'all? If y'all really, if if y'all really love that person, y'all will want that person to be happy. Like, for real, y'all will want that person to be happy. And if the person is saying, "I'm not happy with you," I'm not happy with you, you know, and then the person's like, well, shoot, we still going to be together. It's like, didn't you just hear what I said? I'm not happy with you. I want to be happy. And you can't make me happy. You're not making me happy. We had happy moments, but just in general, do I see myself waking up with you every single morning and going to sleep with you every night and being intimate with you a lot? Like, no. Maybe when we first hooked up and started, yeah, it was fun, it was cool, but now, it's like I can't see you every day. I don't want to see you every day. Like, I'm not happy with you. Like the sex is not even good. Now y'all know, and that's another thing. People in these relationships, if y'all know the sex is not even good, like, why y'all even still with that person? That's just mean y'all just gonna go out and cheat. Like, come on now, I cannot be with somebody in a committed relationship. I mean, I have in the past, but now it's like I cannot be with somebody in a relationship that the sex is not good. Cause I'd be like, I'm gonna be cheating on this nigga every chance I get. And I'm like, why do that? Like, why don't just be single? Why I keep messing around on him, like, no. So just be single. If the stuff is not good, why stay with the person? Like, that means y'all not for each other. Y'all holding each other up from being with the person they supposed to be with. The person who y'all supposed to be with, even if it's just y'all selves, like, y'all wasting time. Like, come on now. Yeah. Whew. But I'm just like, if somebody, no, like, come on, and you know how many men and women is in this world. That's why. That's when I started looking at stuff. I'm like, if somebody were to tell me, hey, I don't want to be with you, and we can just be friends and everything like that, I'll be like, okay, like, I'll ask the reason why if they didn't tell me, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine. I appreciate your time, whatever, whatever. And that's it. I will move on. I wouldn't be pressed over this nigga. Cause I'm like, you know how many dudes, other people in this world that like, man, like why I got pressed over one person? And that's the thing, y'all keep giving so, and I seen this firsthand. So many people is giving one person so many opportunities to fuck them over. It's like y'all in a relationship, and this person keep cheating on you, and you keep taking that person back. I'm like, you've done gave this person 10 freaking chances. Why don't you? I can see one or two at the most, maybe one or two at the most, you know. But to give them 10 chances, I'm like, you could have done gave a whole new person one chance to fuck up and then you say bye. But you giving this lame ass person 10 chances to keep coming back and hurting you. Like, what? And I don't care if it's throughout the years, if it's, oh yeah, well, we known each other since we were in middle school and high school. So throughout the years we were together, but you know, we grew apart, then we came back, then we reunited, and he cheated on me, she cheated on me, we broke up, then we came back together, and we stayed together for like 3 years at this time. But throughout the 3 years, you know, we found out each other was cheating on each other, you know, for a while. But then it's like, and don't even bring in physical abuse or emotional, you know, any kind of abuse. It's like, why y'all giving these people so many chances? Like, it's other people in this world. It's the person who y'all really supposed to be with is looking at y'all like, if you don't leave this motherfucker, like I'm been waiting on your ass. I ain't gonna be waiting much longer. Like, break up, take time for yourself, because you still need that time for yourself. You can't just break up and then, oh, the person who you supposed to be with, you know, really supposed to be with, is like right there, unless you already known that person. Unless you already know that person know that it's you, and you know that it's them. So now, and both of y'all is ready for each other, but y'all just y'all just, you know, having placeholders, you know. But I'm like, y'all people, y'all better get it together. That time is tick tock, running out. And they're like, are you happy? Nope. I don't want to be see no sad ass people around me. Like, no, you either your ass is either single, and you chilling, you focusing on yourself, or you happy in a relationship or in a marriage. You know, you not like looking at the person and like, oh, young. Or when that person calls, like you look at your phone and you see your spouse is calling, and you be like, ugh, what this mother want, man? Like, damn, like that's the relationship y'all want to be in. How about when a person calls, you see their name pop up on your call ID, and you get that smile? You're like, oh, get that, yeah. Hi. Yes, I was just thinking about you. Oh, what you thinking about me? You know, what we did last night. But no, that's so yeah. Um, but yeah, so I'm like, yeah, relationships, y'all. Y'all better get it together. Don't be holding people up because of y'all being selfish, being with somebody that y'all don't even want to be with, being in a marriage that y'all know that's been fucked up for the longest time. And let me guess, we don't have money to get a divorce. Yeah, if I divorce him, if I divorce her, she's going to take everything from me. Well, you didn't know that's how she was, the type of person she was before you married her. Like, you you wouldn't known that. Like, but you looked the other way. Like, I'm quite sure it was plenty of signs before the I do's. Before the I do's. Like, but y'all made that commitment. Y'all made that commitment. Like, don't force somebody to force y'all into marriage, especially if y'all the type of people that doing it in a religious kind of way, you know, like, oh, we got to be together till death do us part, and yada, yada, yada. We can't get no divorce. We got to be together because if we don't, we're going to let our families down. And then, yeah, it's like, fuck that. Like, this is your life. This is your life. Like, yes, fine, you got married and you realize, uh, it's not what I expected. The female changed up, or the female didn't change. I thought she was going to change when we said I do, or I thought he was going to change once he put that ring on my finger, but this nigga still doing the same shit. It's like, what do you expect? You like don't expect somebody to change because they got a ring on their finger. Who can like showing you how to get like man, going back to I would not be continuing no kind of relationship. I wouldn't even have get to know engagement part. Well, I did, but I told this is my first children's father. We was engaged a couple of times, but the times, but we never got married because I'm like, I don't want to be with you. And then the first time he proposed to me, I'm pregnant. Well, that's not, he just did it in public and I'm pushing the ring back, yada, yada, yada. But I'm like, I don't want to be with you. Like, I told him that. But yes, we do got two kids together. But throughout the years, I told him, I don't want to be with you. You know, no. I'm going to be dipping out and shoot. No, no. And don't be mad at me because I don't want to be with you. But that seems like what's going on now. You know, like, damn. If I would have, listen, if I would have known what I, about me, about what I have, you know, if I would have known that back then, believe me, I would not have given it out so willy nilly. But like I said, things happen for a reason. This learning experiences because it was a time in my life when I was just like clubbing days, promiscuous ways, like for real. Liquor drinking, full locos, like man, it was fun, but it was also a risky kind of thing. But I'm good. But shoot, had a yeah. But yeah. So while I'm here on Earth, I got to experience this human experience, just like a lot of you. While we here on Earth, we do got to experience some stuff. So I gotta go through things, to be, so I can understand. I can understand these feelings and understand y'all. That's what I'm like. I want to know. Like I want. This is what I want people to just come and talk to me and tell me their story. Cause I've been at work. Well, I'm not working now. Well, clocking in or whatever. But it's been places that I worked at and people would just come up and talk to me and then, just tell me about what they've been through or their life or just in general. And I'd be looking at them like, you do not look like what you've been through. Like that happened to you. You was homeless. You such and such, and I'm just looking at them like, and I tell them like, you don't look like what you've been through. They was like, yeah, man, shoot, I done been through a lot. So to me, I'm like, I like them kind of stories. I don't want people to tell me their whole business, but tell me what you want me to know. So I can just feel it with you. I can, I'm just like, man, mm, when it happens. Okay, so what else? So yeah, I guess this is just about a marriage thing and relationships. Like really, I really do feel as though people are going to be like, I'm all listen. I don't stink. It's wet spots. I don't stink. But I just ooh goodness. Shaka Brown. But yeah, so I just feel like a lot of people are going to be separating for the better, for the better. You know, that's a thing for better or for worse. If if it's for the better, then you should want your significant other to be happy. You should be like that should be in one of your vows. I want to make you happy for the rest of your life. Well, we gave it a try, we gave it a shot, or we in this relationship, we not married, but we've been in this relationship for a while, and I'm not truly happy. Yes, we have good times. We go out, we do things, but I'm not really happy. So, don't you want me to be happy? You love me, right? You should want me to be happy because I want you to be happy. And if I know I'm not happy with you, that means you should not be happy with me. We shouldn't be happy together because y'all should be on the same page. I guess that's where that equally yoke come in at. Like if somebody is not happy with you, but you say, "Hey, I'm happy with you. You know, you do so much, and I just enjoy being around you, and I'm happy with you." But the other person is like, "Well, I'm not happy with you though." Like you listening to what I'm saying, then that means y'all don't supposed to be together. Hello, real quick, um, because I'm about to go eat. Real quick, I do want to say something else. Demetra, speaking from experience, this is about kissing. Speaking from experience, I don't really kiss, you know, with the guys that I've been with, really didn't kiss. And if we kissed, it was like a pet. But ever since I was younger, before I even had a first kiss, Ellie Belly. Okay, well, I'll tell you about this later. Hi. Hold on. All right, till the next video. How do I stop this? Is it an X? Are you sure you want to stop screaming? Okay.